Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel Moonful Readings. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today is an exciting day because in today's video we're going to be doing a collab with two other YouTubers here on YouTube. I have the links to their videos for this collab in the description box below and also their channels, so make sure to go check them out. But in today's video we're going to be taking a look at what makes you attractive. I'm so excited to be doing this reading today. I don't think I've done anything like this on my channel really, so I'm excited to be doing this video. Okay, in this collab we're going to be doing like self-love videos, you know, kind of warming us up to Valentine's Day this year. Okay, so you know, just giving us a little bit of extra love if we have no one else to give it to us, right? So in my video I'm going to be seeing about what makes you attractive. Okay, as always I have 4 piles to choose from. I have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 right here, and a pile number 4. So take your time, maybe pause the video if you need to choose your pile, and then whenever you're ready, there's timestamps for each of these piles in the description box down below and also the pinned comment. Okay, so without further ado though, let's head into pile number 1. Hello pile number 1, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this cute little panda bear squishy thing, then you're in the right place today. It's so cute. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at what makes you attractive, pile number 1. I'm so excited to get into today's reading. I love positive readings like this. I'm filming this like right as I wake up, so this is definitely going to put a smile on my face all day, so thank you for being here as well. If you skip the intro, today I am doing a collab with a couple readers here on YouTube, so make sure to go check out their videos in the description box down below. Okay, so in today's video, like I said, we're going to be seeing what makes you attractive, pile number 1. Okay, as always I have pre-pulled oracle cards we're going to get into first, and then I'm going to pull the tarot for some more information. These oracle cards are going to see what makes you attractive, like when it comes to your personality, and then we're going to get more physical traits with the tarot over here. So let's just head into it, pile number 1. Let's see what makes you attractive. Okay, so we got the vulture spirit here coming out. So you could be an air sign. I was gonna say Leo, so you guys might be a Leo, but no, that is not an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there you go, could be one of those signs. So you guys are very smart, very intuitive, I'm getting here. You guys also are very resourceful. I feel like you guys are also very low-key. It's like you guys have a lot of, like, for one, spiritual downloads I'm getting, but also you guys are just very good with how you present yourselves. Like, I feel like you guys have a lot of hidden potential, but you don't necessarily show it to just anyone. I feel like there's a lot that like brews on in your mind that you don't share with other people or the collective or anything like that, but you do get a lot of divine downloads that you like to keep to yourself. And I feel like you guys are very physically attractive, but not a lot of people really notice that because you like to keep your energy low key. For example, if you go out to get like the groceries or something like that, you might like wear a hoodie, wear like dressed down clothes, trying to keep your energy like pulled back. Maybe in the past you dealt with like energy vampires, so that makes sense that you would try to keep your energy low key so you don't get a lot of attention or energy vampires coming after you again. Okay, so that definitely makes sense. And you guys are very resourceful. I feel like you guys are good with your money. You don't overspend. Maybe a little bit on your appearance, but like I understand, I'm the same way, so no judgment here. But yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of hidden talents that are yet to be seen by other people. But that makes you mysterious. It gives you some sort of intrigue, which in turn makes you more attractive because you're a mystery, pile number 1. So people are like, I wonder what's underneath that big baggy hoodie, right? I wonder what's, even if you don't wear like dressed down clothes, even if you are a little bit showy, it's like you never show your full self or your full personality. And that's, again, another thing that makes you very attractive and mysterious, okay? So let's see what else comes through in these cards. Do I have them upside down? Yes, of course. So We also have, okay, the Exorcist coming out. So this says, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Very interesting. Okay, let's put this up here. Okay, and what else do we get? Okay, so we got number 41. This makes a lot of sense. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay, so beautiful card. This talks about, well, the 7th chakra or the crown chakra, okay? Has to deal with being intuitive, has to deal with being like basically one with spirit, very imaginative. Again, getting creative downloads, spiritual downloads as well, and just kind of being at peace because you know everything. Not that you know everything, but you are so connected to spirit that you know you can pull from spirit's advice at any time. So it kind of gives that peace and that overall like sovereignty almost. You kind of give an air of like almost royalty, pile number 1. Like you're, or at least money. Even if you don't have money, you give off the air that you do have money because of your inner peace. You know how when when those few people who have a lot of money, they kind of give off an air of kind of being unbothered a lot of the time, and that's because they have that money, they have that stability blanket, like that like they can always fall back on that. And even if you have money or not, pile number 1, even though you do look well put together and like you do have money, you also give off the air that you do because you have that peace. And I feel like that specifically for you, pile number 1, comes from the stability of knowing that spirit has your back, that God or whoever you believe in will take care of you and, you know, will provide for you. So you definitely give off that air, but you also you are creative. I feel like you guys have your creative hobbies that you might not have shared with a lot of people. For some of you guys who pick this pile, you could be tarot readers like on YouTube, or just do it as a hobby, or even just for yourself, because we did get Exorcist here. You might help your friends and give your friends tarot readings at the very least, because it says freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. So you might have a career, okay, that like helps people with like addictions, or you could be a therapist, or at least be very interested in psychology or how the mind works, how spirit works, and spirituality just in general. Obviously feel like you are a very spiritual person, pile number 1. So I feel like you share your divine downloads that you get from spirit with other people, and maybe not saying directly like, oh, a spirit told me you should do this, you know. Maybe if you are a tarot reader, then yes. But in other ways, you, even just by example, you show people how to navigate the world through the divine downloads you get from spirit. You're an influencer, pile number 1, and maybe even just the simplest way possible, even just by influencing your friends and their opinions. They might come to you as like the mom of the group, or like the, I heard psychiatrist of the group, or therapist. Like your friends might come to you for advice because you always have the best advice, and it comes from your strong connection with spirit right here with this card. So that is very beautiful. You are very smart. Again, you guys might be from a different culture than the majority of people around you, or you just like to study different cultures or different spiritual practices or beliefs or religions. You're very well I heard traversed, but I don't feel like that's the right word. You're very well rounded when it comes to your mind. You know a lot of different things about everything, especially when it comes to religions and spirituality and like psychology and stuff like that, which is very interesting. Like I was saying before, I'm going to get into the physical aspects when I pull tarot. But I definitely see you guys being very physically attractive and maybe downplaying it sometimes. Maybe you guys have been through traumatic experiences in the past where people may have over-sexualized you, or like may have taken advantage of you because of how you looked. And so now you try to keep it a little bit more low-key so that doesn't happen again. It's kind of a vibe I'm getting as well. You guys could have very beautiful skin. Very beautiful like hair. Like your complexion is unique. You might have a different undertone in your skin than not a lot of people do, and you kind of give off an air of being on like otherworldly. Like you might have a certain physical feature, especially in your face, that makes you look like not of this planet. Okay, let's get some more cards out here. We have Ooh, okay. Number 11, changed in the night. Hopefully, my camera is focusing. I can't tell, to be honest. Changed in the night. You have changed quickly. Yes. I feel like you guys are always changing. Like, let's see if I can fit all these cards up on here. I hope so. So, yeah, you guys change a lot. I feel like you change your physical appearance a lot, or even if you don't, like you're always spiritually evolving, and that's kind of what people notice as well. The people who are more so acquaintances who kind of know you from afar, and even like the people in your circle, like you're constantly changing, constantly evolving. And becoming like a different person, and that is like very attractive because, like, again, that mystery, that whole air of mystery, it's like, why is pile number one doing this? Like, why did pile number one like suddenly like switch from black hair to blonde, or why they suddenly like, you know, shave their eyebrows off? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just so mystified by why you do what you do, but you always seem to be like on trend, or you always seem to be like one step ahead of everybody else, and nobody can quite understand you. And I feel like that can get a little bit lonely sometimes, pile number one, but it is what makes you attractive. It's because you keep to yourself. You don't really be in other people's business that much, and you just always seem to have your own plan and have your own set of goals. It's not like people think you're just wandering around aimlessly. I mean, maybe some people might, but it's like you have, people know that you are important. People know that you have a divine plan in this lifetime. And even strangers can notice that. They're like, they just off of your energy. Again, you give off like a rich energy or confident energy, like a quiet confidence. And that is always very attractive because of its mystery. People want to know who you are, but you're also a little bit intimidating, pile number one. So you're not probably going to get a lot of people coming up to you, like flirting or asking what you're about or anything. You might not get that many compliments because you're a little intimidating, not gonna lie. Something has to do with your eyes, like your stare or something could be very, very intimidating. I feel like a lot of you guys avoid eye contact, but when you do make eye contact with people, like it almost like not scares them, but again, it intimidates them. So we also have red coming out, number 10, with forgive. This is very interesting as well. I feel like you're a very kind person, pile number one. I feel like with these cards coming out, like helping people like get rid of their destructive impulses, you bring just self-love to other people. Again, either by example. I feel like you guys don't need too much advice when it comes to self-love because you just kind of are always focused on yourself and don't put too much energy into what other people want from you. So it just comes naturally that you would be naturally good at self-love, okay? And I know we all have our issues with self-love, so sometimes, you know, we might have negative thoughts about ourselves. But overall, I feel like you guys are very attractive because you forgive yourself. You're very accepting. You're not judgmental. That's kind of what I'm getting, is like you seem from an outside perspective like you're very attractive, right, pile number one? So people might assume that you might be judgmental of other people because of how good you look or how smart you are. You might have a degree in something as well, but no, you're not judgmental at all, and that's what makes you attractive as well, and kind of feeds into the mystery of who you are, pile number one. Like, people are like, why is someone so attractive but also so smart and so forgiving and non-judgmental? Like, it's kind of a little complex over here you give people, pile number one. I kind of really love this energy. I feel like you pull back your energy because of something traumatic that happened to you, or just like a series of unfortunate events. I heard like a series of being like misunderstood. So now at this point, you just kind of pull your energy back. But let's take this off, and now let's get the tarot to get some more juicy information about what makes you attractive, specifically your physical traits, but we could also pick up on some other messages as well. So let's see for my pile number ones, what makes them attractive. Okay, so we got the 5 of Pentacles coming out. That's a very interesting card to come out. I feel like you guys Again, this is feeding into the fact that you guys are very well giving and very nice to other people. You can understand negative circumstances. Even if you haven't lived other people's lives, you're very empathic. That's it. What makes you very attractive is your soft feminine nature. I feel like you guys have worked a lot on your feminine side. Whether you are coming here if you identify as a male, female, whoever, non-binary, you have worked really hard on your feminine side, and that really shows in your empathic nature, shows in your soft side, your accepting side. I feel like in the past you were more so in your masculine nature, so like giving to other people where you gave too much, right? Like the masculine energy gives, the feminine energy receives. So you had to work on your feminine energy of being able to accept things from other people. So now, while you are still giving, I feel like you've worked a lot on your feminine side to where you can be more empathetic towards people and understand every aspect of life, because you've really balanced out those two sides of yourself. So let's see for my pile number ones. What makes my pile number ones attractive? Okay, so we got the King of Pentacles. I feel like you guys are very like stable in your own selves. You know who you are. Again, you give off that air of confidence. You guys could have money, because the King of Pentacles can talk about finances, can talk about abundance in that way, in the material realm. You at least look put together. Again, your skin is probably amazing. Even if you don't feel like it is, you have this glow about you that just gives you that radiance, right? So there is something about that as well. Let's see. More physical traits, please, though, for my pile number ones. What makes my pile number ones attractive? We got the Ace of Swords. Okay, you guys might have a very beautiful smile that you don't show to people very often. Please focus. Thank you. So yeah. So it's kind of rare to get you to smile, pile number one, but once you do, people like, you have a contagious smile, pile number one, or even a contagious laugh, but I feel like you don't do it very often, but when you do, again, it is very attractive, okay? And again, you guys are very smart. I feel like you might have like a very cute smile when you actually smile, or just a very like authentic, genuine smile. Because I feel like you guys don't like waste your smiles on stuff. Like you're not just smiling all the time, or like laughing at jokes that you don't find funny, right? Like when you smile or laugh, it's always genuine. For my pile number ones, what makes them attractive, or at least seems that way to other people? Ooh, okay, we got the King of Wands. So yeah, you guys are definitely very physically attractive. But I feel like you guys can be funny too. Like people might not expect you to be as funny as you are, because you might have like an RBF, like, and people like a resting bitch face, and people might assume you're just like someone almost untouchable. But that is definitely not the case over here. Like you guys are very warm once you finally get to know you, but you don't let just anybody know you, right? Okay, so it kind of surprises people sometimes, and it is very attractive how like open and funny you can be as well. I love to see that. I'm not getting a lot of physical traits, just in general that you are very attractive. I feel like a lot of people pick this pile, so there's a lot of different features that could make you attractive. Again, I think there's like one thing about you that kind of sets you apart or makes you otherworldly, specifically your eyes. For a lot of you guys could have very beautiful or piercing eyes, or piercing stare that really gets into people's souls, okay? It kind of makes people uncomfortable because they feel like you can see right through them. And I feel like you can, because you guys are very smart, pile number one. Let's clarify these though. Clarify this Five of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant, the Emperor, coming out right here. So yeah, you guys right here are like, you took control of a negative situation in your life. I feel like you guys are very good at getting back your control of situations that look impossible to get out of, and you always have that drive. So especially to the people who know you very well, they are very attracted to the fact that you're always getting on top of negative situations. You can always find your way out. I feel like for the most part, you guys are very optimistic. Sometimes you can be pessimistic, but I feel feel like for the most part, you guys are very optimistic and very forward driven, okay? Even if you get knocked down once, like you will just rise up back better than ever, okay? Let's see with this King of Pentacles. What makes you, my pile number ones, attractive? We got the Two of Pentacles right here. Yeah, I feel like you guys also have like a lot of good ideas or side hustles. This is just from your divine downloads as well. You just are always juggling a lot of responsibilities very well, but also a lot of ideas and unique ideas as well. And people find that attractive, that you are always on to the next thing. If something doesn't pan out for you, you'll hop on to the next thing, right? Which is great. I feel like some of you guys who picked this pile are a little bit older. If that is the case, you might feel like you're not as attractive as you used to be in your younger self, but that is not true at all, especially when it comes to like how smart you are because of like the wisdom you've gathered from all the years of experience, right? Just kind of balances that out. Even if you might feel like physically you aren't as attractive, which is not the case, I'm getting anyways, but just know that even with that, it came at a price of getting a lot of wisdom, right? Like with age comes wisdom, and that is more valuable, I think, than physical appearance, right? So, I mean, I know it is. So, yeah, just know that as well, pile number one, if that's something you're worried about. Clarify this Ace of Swords, please. We got the Page of Pentacles. I actually love this energy. You guys give off like a childlike wonder, because the Page of Pentacles can deal with like kind of like from a childhood point of view. Like the pages are children, right, in tarot, most usually presented as that, or at least that type of thought process. So with it coming out underneath the Ace of Wands, not Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, it's like you have brand new ideas. It's like you are so creative. Your ideas are so fresh and new and creative and from a fresh, expressive place that like people find that very attractive because you're very original. You're very like optimistic about the future, especially when it comes to your ideas. Like you are not thinking that your ideas are impossible ever. Like you have the biggest, grandest idea and you're like, and you know it's going to come true, right? So that is something that's also very attractive, okay? You might have a very pleasing sounding voice as well. Could be a little bit higher in pitch, doesn't have to be, but you always express how excited you are about your ideas through your voice, and that is very attractive as well. You could have been told like when you are expressive that you are more attractive, okay? You seem to get more compliments when you're more expressive, even though I feel like you guys kind of aren't very expressive usually, at least not around people you know, or sorry, you don't know. So clarify this King of Wands, please. We also got the Five of Cups. Interesting. I hope you can see that. Yeah. So the Five of Cups coming out underneath the King of Wands. Yeah. Again, it's more of that energy of taking your bad experiences and turning them into art, okay? You might not show a lot of people like your sad side, quote unquote, but you definitely people can definitely see that you're able to take a bad situation and turn it into something positive, or at least learn from it, or at least turn it into art, okay? If you write and stuff, if you write poems or lyrics or just do journaling or something, if somebody saw that, even if they haven't, like they would find that attractive. Like if you have a partner or a romantic interest you want to get your attention, maybe like write them some poetry, if that's something they'd like, or at least, you know, show them your art. I feel like your art is something very important to you, so maybe that's why you keep it so close to yourself. But I feel like if you did get the confidence I feel like you guys are confident, but if you did get the strength to actually put your art out there, it'd be very well received because of how good you are at it. And it's attractive, pile number one. So love to see that. Love to see your resilience. That's something that makes you very attractive for sure. But let's clear this energy off now. And I'm actually going to get some cards of advice for you on how you could, you know, better your self-love. Because this is kind of like a self-love collab, right? So we got to know you know, some advice on how to focus more on yourself. What area of yourself needs more attention? So for my pile number ones, what area of their self needs more attention? What can I do to better their self-care? Okay, so we got the let go of control and relax into the flow card coming out. Love that. Always good advice. Sorry if you couldn't hear me. I turned my head away from the mic. But yeah, let go of control and relax into the flow. Relax in the flow. So yeah, you guys might be a little bit of control freaks, especially on how you present yourselves out into the public or to strangers or even to people you know. I feel like, again, you keep a lot inside, especially your creative interest and stuff. So just relax, let go of control. What's meant to be will be, okay? I feel like you're strong enough to deal with any criticisms. And honestly, I feel like you won't get many because you are very good at what you do, okay? So just relax, pile number one. Let's see what else comes through. I'll get one more card from this deck. How can pile number one improve their self-love? Okay, what does pile number two, not pile number two, pile number one need to do to better their self-love care routine? Okay, yes, I love this. So we have this card coming out. My camera does not want to focus today. I think it's the lighting. It says, get creative and excite your imagination with wonder. Okay, so just get creative. Get into that headspace of creation. I feel like you guys like doing that anyways. Again, you guys are very creative. So I feel like that should, or it does, come naturally to you, pile number one. So just relax and don't overthink your art. Don't overthink what people will think of it, and just come from a place of flow and relaxation and just let it naturally unfold. If you aren't in the mood to do art, if you aren't in the mood to be creative, then that's okay. Take some time to ground yourself, be out in nature, and then try again the next day, you know? And take it in stride. Everything will happen as it's meant to in the correct divine timing. So let's get some last cards of advice though for my pile number ones. Last cards of advice. Thank you. Okay, so the courage card flipped out, but I'm not going to take it. It says, when picking roses, don't fear the thorns. So let me put this card back and let's get the cards that flipped out. I guess a lot of them flipped out, so we'll take them all. I love this actually. So let's see if it'll focus. It says, dream. Have a cup of tea in the garden and find yourself in a good book. Yes. So again, relax, dream. This will help you get more creative as well, and also dream your dream life into existence. Focus on manifestation as well. As always, this dreaming will help you focus more on yourself and your self-love, okay? So especially when it comes to manifestations, okay? Dream positive dreams, dream positive thoughts. We also have a retreat. Interesting. So this says, never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. Yes, exactly. Take some time out for yourself and stop people pleasing, pile number one, I heard. We also have change coming out. As with the falling leaves, embrace change. Yes. Okay. Change is usually good. Okay. Sometimes we might be a little bit afraid of change because like it can feel uncomfortable or new, but that's a good thing. Like change, I think you guys already know change is a good thing, but just expect that in your life and let go of control and relax into flow. Right. And then we have strength of finishing off your reading here with, don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. I'm getting this as more so like negative self-talk or negative thoughts, or the negative things people have to say about you and you taking it to heart, which is easier said than done, pile number one, to not do that. But I definitely feel like that will help you in this situation and focus more on your self-love, of course, and self-care. So I hope this reading helped you, pile number one. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. I also have my Etsy shop linked down below if you'd like a personal reading with me to support my channel. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, I almost choked, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here today with me, pile number one. Bye. Hello. Hello, pile number 2. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this deck right here, or this little squishy questionable elephant right here, I think it's an elephant, then you're in the right place today. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you attractive, okay? And if you skip the intro, this is a collab with 2 other readers here on YouTube. So their channels and their videos for this collab will be linked in the description box down below, okay? So as always, I have some pre-pulled oracle cards we're going to get into first to see what makes you attractive, and then I'm going to pull the tarot for some more information. I'm going to first take a look at with these oracle cards what makes you or your personality attractive, and then we're going to get some more physical features hopefully with the tarot right here, even though it is a cat tarot. So let's just head into it though, and let's see what makes you attractive, pile number 2. So we got the owl spirit, which is an air, well, you could be an air sign, so you could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, doesn't have to be. Either way, I feel like you guys are very smart, okay, because of that owl trope, like the wise old owl. You're very smart, very wise, very intuitive. You guys could be clairvoyant as well. You could have I heard big, brown, beautiful eyes, so that could be true for you, pile number 2, doesn't have to be. But you could have very beautiful, or like maybe even like pointy physical features that make you very unique and very attractive. You might seem attentive all the time. If you guys are a student, okay, that could be something that makes you very attractive, is how attentive you are to like details, how attentive you are to like learning and being very observant. So that is something that makes you very attractive. You could be kind of on the quieter side as well, so that could give you like an air of like like femininity almost, I guess I should say, where a little daintiness. You could be smaller in stature as well, that could make you very attractive. You don't have to be, this is only if it resonates, but if that is true to you, that is something that makes you very, very attractive. You could have small hands as well, and people find that cute and attractive, or a little button nose as well. So let's continue though, and let's see what makes my pile number 2s attractive. So we got the number 34 coming out here with impossible things. Working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspective. Okay, so this is beautiful. Kind of like what I was getting with that like student trope almost, where you guys... I'm also getting that with the owl too, where you guys almost like can manifest whatever you want. So people kind of see you as like someone who always gets what they want, or like there's just magical things happening around you. People might actually see like synchronicities whenever you're in their space, or whenever like they're around you. Like weird, mysterious things could happen because of like just how in tune you are with spirit. And I feel like if you believe in like fairies and entities and stuff like that, they could follow you around. So a lot of unexplainable events could happen to you, or just a lot of little lucky things that aren't huge, but say you're in the line to get coffee with your friend, your new friend, and then suddenly someone in front of you pays for it, or the coffee's free for some reason. And that happens a lot around you, like just small unexpected little lucky things happen to you, and people are like, what what's going on with pile number 2? Like, is she a witch or something? Like you could be, but yeah, that just sort of thing happens to you, pile number 2, and even you might not quite understand it, but a lot of people find that attractive. They find that mysterious. They find you very cute and have an open mind. I feel like you guys do have an open mind. That also makes you very attractive because you are non-judgmental. You kind of accept everyone for who they are, and people really appreciate that about you as well. You could have a little like a side hobby or something you do for fun that people find attractive as well. Could be, I heard like hula hooping for some reason, so that could resonate with you. But you could make jewelry. You could do something having to do with like little details as well. You could paint, draw, whatever, and people find that attractive, okay? Also, you guys just have a different outlook on life with this fresh perspective here and impossible things. Like, you guys just see the world almost through like a child's eyes. like you're very innocent and pure. At least that's the vibe you give off to people, and a lot of people find that attractive. Unfortunately, some people like to take advantage of that type of energy, but I feel like with this owl here, you guys are very wise and kind of have a good head on your shoulders, so you don't necessarily fall for people trying to take advantage of you. It just unfortunately might happen a lot for you, okay? So let's get some more cards out on here though for you, pile number 2. We also have number 34 with Voyage coming out. This says you already have all the answers. Yeah, it's like you guys, what makes you attractive is I feel like you guys have almost mapped out your life almost, or it seems like you already have things under control. Like you guys just kind of like go where the wind blows, but it's like you still have a plan in place. Like people find that attractive, that you have a plan, that you have, like I heard, a study guide. You guys could very well be in school, because I'm definitely getting a lot of those references here, like school references, and like, or you could be a teacher as well. I heard a kindergarten teacher, so people might find that attractive as well, that you love to teach or you love to learn, either one of those things. You might wear skirts a lot, masculine or feminine. You could wear skirts, and people find that very attractive as well, okay? And this is like a weird thing to say, but it came up, so I'm gonna just say it. Like your upper arms are like very cute, and people find that attractive as well. And maybe something about your nose that's very attractive. But anyways, when it comes to your personality, pile number 2, it's like you trust the universe, and you're very like chill about it. Like you have a plan set in place, you're going to enact that plan. Nobody doubts you about enacting that plan that you have, and people know you're going to be successful because you always take the little steps. You always pay attention to the details and always get things right. You guys might have a tendency to be a bit of a perfectionist, pile number 2, but that's okay, because things always work out for you because of that, right? So that's a good thing, and I feel like a lot of people see that as a good thing, and that's something that does make you attractive, is you always have a plan. You could be the mom friend of the group, where you always like bring the sunblock, bring the water, you know, bring the medicine or something, and always keep track of everyone's belongings. Like you're that type of person, pile number 2, and people find that attractive. Like they're like, wow, I can always rely on pile number 2. You could wear headbands as well, or put little like headbands or like little clips in your hair, and people find that attractive as well. But let's continue. We also have number 8 here with Indecision. Okay, let me get to that in a second. Let me make sure I can put everything on here. And then we got Angel. Wow. That makes perfect sense over here. So with Angel coming out, it says helping those in need with no expectation of return. Yes, you guys are very, very giving, very sweet, beautiful souls. Like you guys are, I heard, an earth angel. So that is lovely to be known for that as well. That's a great thing to be known for. It's just like a sweet, helpful, loyal person. With Indecision here, people could think that you let spirit take the lead in your life. Like you might not know exactly where you're going, you just know how to take the little steps to progress your life, and that can be attractive as well. It's like, you know, you have a calm confidence with you, kind of similar to pile number 1. So if that resonated, you can go and watch that reading as well. But you guys definitely do have a different energy. It's just you, both piles, always trust spirit to guide them and lead them, and just trust and know that they will be okay. So that's definitely what I'm getting here with this Indecision in here, and also with the Voyage. You already have all the answers. It's like you guys might have trouble making decisions a little bit, but it can come across as cute sometimes. That could be something that makes you attractive, but it's also like things always work out for you here with the impossible things in Owl. It's like even if you are stuck at a certain situation, say for example you tell your friends one day, oh, I don't know what to choose, do I go with like blue hair or red hair? And they're like, I don't know. And so you're like, I can't choose. And then you pull up the next day and you have both red and purple hair, or whatever color I said. I forgot at this point. But yeah. And then it just works out for you and it looks great. And it's like the perfect hair for you. That's just a stupid example, but things seem to just work out for you. And that does make you attractive. Because like, you're just so happy in your own little bubble. You're so happy doing what you do, the little things that make you happy. I feel like you're very grateful and grounded and thankful for everything in your life. And so you don't come across as like necessarily bougie, even if you would classify yourself as that. But it's like you can appreciate the little things people do for you, and that's very attractive. You can appreciate the little things that spirit does for you as well. You're very grateful, very grounded again, and you are very humble, which is something that's kind of rare nowadays, and people find that very, very attractive. So let's clear off these energies right now, and let's get into tarot for some more detailed information about what makes you attractive, pile number 2, okay? So let's get this out here. What makes pile number 2 attractive, please, Spirit? What makes pile number 2 attractive? Beautiful. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. Okay, so you could be a very giving person, but also I feel like you guys are open to new possibilities. You guys are open to new opportunities. You guys kind of, work with what you have and what's given to you and always make something big out of it. You're not someone to have an opportunity in your face and not take it. Like, you're very appreciative of when people give to you, and that's very, very attractive, okay? You could have a little bit of, like, chubbier cheeks or, like, a wider face, and people find that attractive as well, okay? So, for my pile number 2s, what makes my pile number 2s attractive? Okay. So, we got the Ace of Wands coming out, another ace, and also the 2 of Cups. Wow, I love this. So, not to be graphic or anything, pile number 2, but I feel like when it comes to romantic partners, you know how to please them. Just saying it like that, okay? This is not an 18+ reading, but I feel like you're very talented, especially with your hands, especially with the little details, pile number 2. So that's something that makes you attractive. Is like you're kind of innocent and unsuspecting, and then once you get somebody alone, it's like, oh, like lady in the streets, freak in the sheets kind of thing. So I'm just putting that out there, pile number 2. Also, you guys are just very loving and very giving, and I feel like you're very passive in a way. Like, when it comes to relationships specifically, like, you let the other person take the lead and you're okay with that, but it doesn't take away from your power. It, like, in the back, like, you're still in control, right? Like, it's kind of that quiet confidence I was talking about. It's like things always seem to just flow your way, like unexpected, unexplainable things just seem to go right for you a lot of the time, or at least even if negative things happen to you, you stay positive through them, but also they always turn out in your favor in the end, even if initially it was negative towards you. So people just kind of know that karma has your back, basically, is what I'm saying. And so not a lot of people mess with you, but also a lot of people are a little bit low-key intimidated by you because of that, because things always play out in your favor. Karma always has your back, so it can be a little bit intimidating sometimes. Also, with this Ace of Wands here, you guys are very physically attractive. I feel like you guys could be very active and take good care of your bodies, at least to some extent, whether that just be your physical appearance, like you clean up very nice, or you work out and eat healthy, is something that's very attractive. However you take care of your body and your appearance is attractive, okay? You could drink something like maybe like lemon water every morning, and people find that attractive as well if they know about it. Let's get one more card. What makes pile number 2 attractive? We have the 8 of Pentacles coming out. So you guys are hard workers as well. Yeah. Also, I don't know why I'm getting like all these sexual messages, pile number 2, but it's like, you know how to use your tongue is all I'm saying. Like, you know. Like, if you know, right? So there's that. Also, like, 8 of Pentacles, you guys put in the work. You guys are very, why am I wanting to say grounded? You guys are very consistent. You put your mind to something, you take care of the details, you make a schedule for yourselves, and you're on it. You're waking up at 5 every morning to, get your meditations done, to get your stretches done, and then you go to work and you get your work done. Like, people can depend on you. People can rely on you. And I feel like you're a type of person who always keeps their promises, which is so attractive, which is the most attractive thing. Actually, if you asked me what's the most attractive thing in a person besides hygiene, I feel like people who keep their promises and keep their word, is the most attractive thing. Like, please keep your word. Okay. But yeah, let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles. You know how to get into my heart, just keep your word. So for the Ace of Pentacles, clarify that. We have the King of Wands. Ooh, all right. Yeah, you guys definitely are attractive, like unassuming attractive, and very strategic, very why did I almost want to say manipulative? There's like a lot. My spirit guides are like going crazy in this reading for you, specifically pile number 2. Like, they're just giving me all these little details, which makes me think, especially with the owl coming out, first of all, that you guys are very detail oriented and nothing gets by you. Again, you're very observant, so you pick up on every little detail like to a T, and you can always put the puzzle pieces together. I feel like you have a mind that's almost like a computer, where like you take in all the information, you process it, and you come up with the best solution or the best plausible answer to whatever's going on around you. So that is something that's attractive as well, can be as well. I feel like maybe in the past people had problems with that with you, where you might have overanalyzed things, but I feel like at this point in your life you're very balanced with it, so you can just use it to your advantage, and people just think you're like insanely smart, insanely intuitive, and just like magical, like a magical little fairy or something. Clarify this Ace of Wands for my pile number 2s. Clarify this Ace of Wands. So we got the 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people compete for your attention, for your time. I feel like you're like a hot topic almost. Even though I feel like you keep to yourself somewhat. You might have like a friend group or something that you hang out with, but it's like a lot of people want your attention, especially romantic partners. Like, you have a lot of options, pile number 2. I feel like it is because of your like feminine nature, your feminine vibe. A lot of people are attracted to that, and also how smart you are, how competent you are as well. You keep your promises, you're always on your shit, basically. So a lot of competition for you, pile number 2. People might literally fight over you. So yeah, that's definitely something that makes you attractive, is that other people want you as well. And so people are like, oh, this is somebody who has everyone after them, so they must be like I hate using the words high value, but yes, that's how some people see you, as just a high value almost item, not to itemize you or make somebody into an object instead of like a human being, but that could be, you could be objectified sometimes, which in some like lower vibrational humans could find that attractive, right? So I hope that made sense. Clarify this 2 of Cups though for my pile number 2s. We got the Emperor. Wow, yeah. I feel like a lot of people almost want to, especially like super masculine, whether you're masculine or feminine coming to this reading, super masculine people might want to control you or tell you what to do. And I feel like to some extent you do, quote unquote, obey, but it's only if it's in your best interest, right? Like, you choose your battles wisely, pile number 2, and that's how you always come up on top. Even with people who try to take advantage of you, you always come up on top, and they're like, how? It's because you choose your battles wisely. Like, you're not dumb. You might give off the air that you might be not as smart as you come off. You still come off as smart, but maybe not as smart as you actually are. That's because you're always like 5 steps ahead of whoever is trying to take advantage of you, okay? So that's very attractive. Like, people see that and they're like, they don't quite understand the whole process. But I think it has to do with, again, like just being experienced in life, pile number 2. I feel like you had to go through a lot in your childhood, like a whole series of unfortunate events that gave you a lot of experience in your life. So even if you are a little bit younger, I feel like the people who chose this pile are a little bit younger. It doesn't have to be, but if you are, you went through a lot in your childhood that made you grow up and made you wise beyond your years because of the experiences that gave you life experience, right? So people with your age people don't expect you to be as wise as you are, okay? Which attracts a lot of negative energies, to be honest. Especially if you give off that like innocent, pure vibe, which I'm getting. A lot of people want to take advantage of that. But that does make you attractive in some people's eyes, right? We also have the 10 of Wands clarifying the 8 of Pentacles. So some people, like even your friends, might think you overwork yourself as well. I mean, it is an attractive trait, but sometimes you could experience burnout as well. So some people might be a little bit worried about you when it comes to that, especially your friends as well. I'm getting like people might be worried you overwork yourself, but it's also a very positive trait. People think very highly of you because of your work ethic as well, okay? Again, I'm getting like you guys have really nice hands for some reason, or like really nice nails. Maybe they're always manicured, whether you are a male or a female. Like you take very good care of, like you moisturize every day, you take very good care of your nails, your nail beds and stuff, you like oil them and stuff. So that is very attractive, especially if you're a man coming to this reading and you identify as male. Like if you take care of yourself like that, like ooh, that's very attractive, at least to me, okay? I definitely find hygiene and personal like grooming the most attractive thing, but that's just me. But let's get some advice up on here for my pile number 2s. I'm gonna get advice onto how you can better your self-care, what you need to focus on when it comes to self-care, what advice Spirit wants you to take right now when it comes to bettering your self-care and your self-love. So let's see, for my pile number 2s, can I get advice when it comes to self-love advice, please? Okay, so we got this card which says breathe in bliss, exhale bullshit. So yeah, make sure to keep yourself grounded. I feel like you guys usually do practice like grounding techniques. I feel like you guys are, if any pile today, you guys are into meditation and breath work and chakra work and healing like that. But make sure to be extra careful about all the negative energies and attention you get, because I feel like you guys do get a decent amount of attention, especially from people who might not have the best interest for you at heart. So just remember to breathe in bliss, exhale bullshit. Do a lot of meditation right now, pile number 2. I feel like you do need to come into yourself a little bit more. Maybe you've been out and about a lot more than you normally are, so you're collecting a lot of energies right now. You don't have to, but you could be just experiencing a lot of like energies from a lot of different people right now. So Spirit kind of wants you to pull yourself more into yourself and not take on as much responsibility as you might have been recently. Again, you guys are very giving and soft souls, so you might do a lot for people without expectation of anything in return, which in turn kind of drains your energy sometimes. So it's good to bring that back to yourself and collect those pieces of your energy through meditation and breath work. But I feel like you guys already knew that. Just a good reminder. Let's see what else comes through from my pile number 2s. More self-care advice, please. Let's just take these 2 cards. I'm normally taking 2 cards, but I guess we're gonna get 3. Yeah. So we have look for the signs and synchronicities. Okay, so just a good reminder, you guys could be seeing a lot of synchronicities around as well. So when you do see those signs and synchronicities, just make sure that your energy is in check. If you see a sign or synchronicity, specifically like 1111 or like 777, maybe 333, make sure, especially when you're seeing 444, make sure to ground yourself. I feel like these signs and synchronicities are reminding you to stay on your path and ground your energy, and don't let anyone else's energy affect you. We also have this card coming out, which says, I hardly ever pull this card, so I'm excited. It says, get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. So yeah, make sure to get out in nature if you haven't for a while. Pile number 2, that's something that could definitely improve your mental state and boost your self-love. Is, I feel, again, like I was saying, I feel like you guys might have been around a lot of people recently or been going out a little bit more than you normally do. So Spirit kind of wants you to just kind of pull back your energy a little bit and focus on yourself. All right. which is the basis of self-love anyways, just focusing on yourself, right? So, but reminder to get out in nature and not be so much around a lot of people or groups of people, especially if you're feeling drained or overworked, okay? Or taken advantage of, okay? So let's get some last cards of advice for you, pile number 2. Okay, and can I get one more? Thank you. We have Twilight at the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to keep it up here, but it says, surrender to the last hour when the light barely touches the flowers. Love that. Love surrendering to spirit, because you don't have to do any work that way. So, we also have a present coming out. It says, journey into the garden to escape the two eternities, the past and the future. Yes, exactly what I've been saying. I feel like you guys have been like replaying the past, but also worried about the future sometimes because of that computer brain of yours tends to overthink and tries to put puzzle pieces that aren't even in your puzzle into your puzzle sometimes. Does that make sense? So it's always important to be present and to ground yourself, right? So that's a very good message here. We also have Wildflower coming out. It says, live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. Yeah, just a reminder that you guys are free, right? Like, to some extent. And for some of you guys, that could be a little bit triggering, right? But you are free to some extent, right? Like, you have internet, you're watching this video, right? So you have freedom to even just escape into meditations here on YouTube. You have freedom to enjoy some of the little things in life. I feel like you guys are already good at that, but Spirit's just like pushing you and nudging you, being like, hey, you're more free than you think you are. Hey, you can switch up your routine. You can sleep in an extra hour if that helps you, you know? Don't be so rigid or hard on yourself, pile number 2. We also have potential coming out. It says, the littlest key can open the heaviest door. Yeah, I feel like you guys might be up in your mind a lot, and Spirit kind of wants you to calm your mind so you can find those little ways out, to enjoy yourself more, to give yourself more self-love, to help you maybe save up money for that trip you've been wanting, maybe giving you new ideas of ways to save money or what you can do better to further your finances, to help you get away from a toxic situation, all of that. Spirit wants you to calm your mind, ground yourself, and like clear up your mind so you can focus just purely on exactly what your body wants and exactly what your mind needs, okay? And figuring out what that is. So I hope that resonated with you today, pile number 2. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. I also have my Etsy shop linked down below if you'd like a personal reading from me. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this cute little, little elephant squishy, then you're in the right place today. If it'll focus, I don't know. There you go. So cute. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you attractive, pile number 3. If you skip the intro, this is a collab video with 2 other readers here on YouTube. So I have their channels and their videos linked down in the description box down below. So if you like this reading, please go and check their videos out as well. So let's just head into it, pile number 3. We're first going to take a look at what makes you attractive when it comes to your personality. Then I'm going to try to get some physical traits with the tarot cards in a second. Okay, so we're going to first look at the oracle cards, then I'm going to get into the tarot. Okay, so let's just head into it, pile number 4, and what makes you, not pile number 4, pile number 3. Let's see what makes you attractive, okay? Okay, beautiful. I love that this came out. The hummingbird spirit, which is an air spirit, could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You don't have to be. So this is somebody who is very creative, very happy, positive, uplifting, a hard worker as well. You guys definitely are. You guys might wear a lot of colors, or you just use lots of like colorful language, or you guys are just very pleasant to be around, and you always seem to have that spark in you, like that spark of joy, that positivity that radiates out. I feel like you're a source of inspiration and a source of, again, positivity for a lot of people, pile number 3. I feel like you're just like that magical little fairy that pops into people's lives and just makes their lives better and makes, I heard life worth living, so we love to hear that, right, pile number 3. But yeah, you guys are amazing, creative. You guys might have a lot of hobbies, a lot of side hustles that seem to do really well, or at least make you very happy, and people think that's attractive, that you kind of just do what you want. You kind of explore a lot of options. You always are trying to learn something new. People really love that about you, and how you might change up how you dress a lot, or change up how you talk, or your hair, or what you wear, again. So that is very attractive. You might wear a lot of jewelry. Again, you might have colorful hair, and it just really brings out your eyes, I heard. If you do have like colorful hair, it really accentuates your features in a positive way. Let's see what else comes out though. What makes you attractive, pile number 3? We have a number 28 with It's Always Tea Time. Okay. Eternity, endless moments, and repetition. Okay, interesting to come out. What makes you attractive? I feel like this is saying that you're reliable, but people also kind of feel like you're a mystery, like you're always busy. That's something I'm definitely getting with the hummingbird and this in conjunction. It's like you're always busy, you're always on to the next thing. People might be a little bit confused by that, or like kind of wonder if you ever slow down, but I feel like you do. You just like to show a good front towards people, and there's nothing wrong with that, but people do find that attractive, that you're kind of like not available. It's kind of like you're doing your own thing and pursuing your own goals, and people might actually get a little bit pressed about it, because like they see you being happy doing your own thing, and they get a little bit jealous because they want to be doing that. They want to have the freedom and courage to explore creative endeavors they wish to, or to have the time to even do that, or to freely express themselves. And you guys do that with ease. So a lot of people actually might be jealous of you, pile number 3, because you can so easily do that. But that's also a very attractive trait. Like, people see that as attractive, even if they're pressed by it. Pile number 3, like, people do see that as an attractive trait, for sure. We also got, yeah, exactly, number 41 coming out with Sundress, Do It For You. Yes, you do everything for you, pile number 3, and that's so attractive. You're truly free, or at least you aspire to be, like, every day. Every day I feel like you guys wake up and you're like, I'm going to be free today. I'm going to enjoy the small things, do every little thing today to make my day better. And a lot of people, again, are jealous of that, but that is still an attractive trait. I feel like a lot of colors really go well with your skin tone as well, so you can pull off all the looks you want to. Pile number 3, that's also very attractive. Again, you have like this energy where it's like almost not standoffish, because I feel like you are a very charismatic, personable person, but it's almost like not that you don't have time for people, but you don't let just anybody in, first of all, but you also are more obsessed with your life than anybody else's life. You put your life and what you want in your life above anybody else's wishes and dreams, and some people can be a little bit pressed about that, because, you know, people in general are selfish, and I'm not trying to judge anybody, right? Like, I've been there too. I've been on both sides of the coin, right? Where people ask too much of me, but also I ask too much of some people as well. Or that kind of whole dynamic. And I feel like a lot of people want more of your time, more of your energy, or you to be less happy because they are miserable themselves. Like, misery loves company, right? Pile number 3. Feel like you endure that a lot, where people are jealous of you and your happy nature and your positive vibes and stuff like that. But it is an attractive trait. You guys are very attractive. you guys might be on the slimmer side as well. You don't have to be, but people really like your legs. Like, you might have slim, long legs. You don't have to, but people really like that. They think that's very attractive. Just a side note. Also, your hair could be very, like, natural, and people think that's beautiful as well. Let's continue. We also have anxiety come up. Number 18. This actually makes a lot of sense to me. You give people anxiety. It's like you are constantly living rent-free in people's minds and they don't know what to do with it. And this kind of does make you attractive because people, you're always on people's minds, pile number 3. So they have to admire it. They have to, you know, they're like, wow, like pile number 3 lives rent-free in my mind. Don't exactly know the exact reason, but I find that attractive. Like, you're constantly kind of pushing people to their limits where you'll inspire them so much that they start to feel jealous, right? But people also admire that. Like, they find that attractive, especially people who are like higher vibrational. They really are attracted to your energy, and I feel like you attract a lot of high vibrational people around you, pile number 3. Maybe in the past you did it and you had to learn to raise your vibration and only accept people with a higher vibration into your life, with more positivity. And so you have just like a whole, even like a group around you that are more high vibrational and more loving and more accepting. That doesn't mean that you guys are better than anybody else, of course, but sometimes people can be a little bit like judgmental of that, actually. But also like jealous, which in turn makes you more attractive. It's like, you know, those some celebrities or those influencers, like wherever, like celebrities, influencers on YouTube or wherever, who are famous for just being themselves and being creative and putting their art out there and just being unapologetically them, sometimes get unnecessary hate because people are jealous that they're doing what they wish they had the courage to do. And you have that kind of attractiveness because of your confidence, because you're just gonna do you, right? I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but I do find it funny that anxiety came out. Like, you constantly live rent-free in people's minds, okay? We also have athletes. So interesting. This card says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Yes. Thank you. Again, with this athlete card coming out, you guys might work out a lot, or you just like eat healthy, take care of your body. You at least look very good physically. You might have a lot of muscles as well. You don't have to be. You could be very lean. I'm definitely getting that vibe. I don't know why. But you're just very well toned. You look really healthy. You look really fresh and natural. Not saying you guys don't put on a full face of makeup some days, you know, but I feel like for the most part you come off as natural even if you are wearing makeup. And it's very attractive. Again, some of you might work out and people find your body very attractive. Your lips as well could be attractive to a lot of people as well. So, or what you wear specifically. But yeah, it's like you always are surpassing people's expectations of you, which is very attractive. You could have curly hair. I know I'm all over the place, but these messages keep on coming. Like today specifically, the messages from my spirit guides are just rolling in randomly, and I feel like I need to express them in case it resonates with some of you guys, so you can get that validation, but also know you're at the right reading. So yeah, it's like people feel like you weren't born like either in this time period or you weren't of like this earth, basically. Like people think you're an alien almost, but like in the best way possible. Like you're different, but you're also so relatable, right? Pile number 3. So people find that so attractive that you have that duality to you, because like not a lot of people can have that duality of, you know, being apart but the same, you know, not of this world but in the world kind of vibes, even though I don't necessarily agree with that statement or the religion behind it, but you know, take whatever resonates. But yeah, you definitely give off those vibes. But now let's take this energy off of here. Let me get tarot out on here for you, pile number 3. So what makes my pile number 3s attractive, please, Spirit? What makes my pile number 3s attractive? So if I could pick this up, we got the King of Pentacles. Yes, that independent energy, that stability energy. The King of Pentacles is somebody who could have a lot of material things, like he could be wealthy. You guys could have a decent amount of money, at least a lot of stability, or at least looks that way to a lot of people. And this is just independence, like I was talking about before. You guys are just on your own shit, basically, and you don't let anyone else's energy affect you. You kind of go in and out of people's lives, and I feel like you do that. People don't understand it necessarily, but I feel like you do that because you know how to protect your energy, and you've kind of mastered that art of protecting your energy. So it can confuse some people when you go in and out like so quickly of their lives. Like you might check in one day, then be gone for a little bit. You might travel a lot as well, pile number 3, and some people don't understand it, but I feel like some people really do, and they're, you know, they really admire you for that, and they find that attractive. Your stability and your confidence is your most attractive asset, pile number 3. I love to see it. Let's see what else comes up for my pile number 3s. What makes them attractive? Whoa, okay, so I love this as well. We got the Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles coming out. So yeah, sorry, I was just making sure my camera was focusing. With the Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, like, that's independence. That's taking opportunities that are given to you. That's why I love the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles can talk about like opportunities, like spirit gifting you opportunities. And I feel like you always take that. You will have a lot of, again, like I said, side hustles or hobbies or some things that you enjoy, and you fully enjoy them to the fullest extent that you can, and you love your independence. I feel like that's such an attractive trait. It's like people want what they can't have, right, pile number 3, and you're something that most people can't have in their life. So naturally that's attractive because, you know, people want what they can't have, which is you, pile number 3. I feel like you're very selective with the people you let in your life, and that makes you like a commodity, basically, or a rare commodity. Let's see. For my pile number 3s, what makes them attractive? Guys, we got 2 cards coming out. Wow. So we got the Lovers and the Star. This is powerful energy. With the Lovers and the Star coming out like this, it's like you're everybody's wish. It's like everyone wishes to either be you or be with you, pile number 3. Like, again, you're like a hot commodity. Like, you're in high demand. People like you are in high demand. Also because of your talents. I feel like you're very talented at a lot of things, and people appreciate you for that as well. People look up to you. They might want to hire you. The Lovers can also talk about just partnerships in general. So you could get a lot of partner deals or like brand deals. If you're in that space to get them, you could get a lot of people wanting to work with you, or a lot of people wanting to be with you, a lot of offers, basically, especially with the Ace of Pentacles coming up, which is an offer in itself. And because you fulfill everybody's wish, you're so well-rounded that you can basically take anybody's ask of you and, you know, fulfill what they want, right? So you're very good at that. You're very fulfilling, even in relationships. If we're talking about the sexual part of romantic relationships, like, you're very fulfilling. Pile number 3, like, you get the job done and people are just satisfied. Just putting that out there. Let's see. With the King of Pentacles, please clarify that. Thank you. All right, so we got the Knight of Cups coming out. Okay. So this kind of gave me the vibe that romantic partner or romantic interests might come at you a lot, but then they realize that, like, you don't need them. So you kind of have a lot of people come and go in that way in your life because you won't put up for less than what you deserve, right? And in a way, again, that's attractive because people want what they can't have. So yeah, you might see that come and go a lot in your life. Clarify, which I assume might be a little bit annoying for you, but if, it's kind of a compliment. So clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please. The Hierophant, yes. Again, playing into that trope of like, everybody wants you, everybody wants a commitment with you, everybody wants to partner with you. You could have a good rapport at your job, at your work, and people look up to you and find that attractive, that you kind of always will keep your word, but you're always, on top of your shit, but you're always wanted by lots of different people for different things, whether it be romantic or not. Like, people want to be your friend for whatever reasons, whether it's selfish reasons or not, or people just want your talents for this or that, or, if you work at the place you work, people are always asking you to either do this for them, or they want to give you a raise, or they want to like move you up in the company or anything like that. Like, I feel like you got to get a lot of those offers because of how you are, all the reasons listed. And yeah, that makes you attractive because you're in high demand. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Let's see if I can get any different messages. Clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. So yeah, people love your drive. People love your creativity. People love that you're a go-getter. People love your art style. If you do any sort of art, I feel like it's very different. It's very unique, especially when it comes to physical things like drawings, paintings, abstract art, even like scrapbooking, I heard, or like patchwork. People find that very attractive. You might work with animals as well, and you might own animals, and you kind of like complement each other. Like, you're very kind to animals, and people think that's attractive as well. You get along with like everybody and everything because of your positive energy that you put out. So, everybody agree. You can get along with almost everyone, okay? Pile number 3, and that's attractive in and of itself. If I could talk properly, I would love that. You could also work, have a lot of plants or work with plants at your job, I'm hearing, but it doesn't have to be. You take very good care of yourself and the living beings around you. So you're a caretaker, you're a giver. And everything blossoms when it's around you. Like, you can take basically a rock and like make it into a diamond, basically. That's a horrible analogy, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you're like a Midas, like miser kind of energy, where you can take like dirt and make it into something beautiful, or art, specifically. So you could use crystals in your work or in your job, or chakra energy. You could work with Reiki or something like that, and you do a good job at that, and all of your clients are even like attracted to you, I heard, because it's like you're so good at what you do, and you're so relatable, but you're still a mystery at the exact same time. It's like that. I feel like I'm really stuck on that point, and you might feel like it's annoying. I keep repeating myself on this point, but I feel like it needs to be like pushed into your head. It's like in the forefront of this reading. It's like you're in this world but not of this world. It's like you relate to everybody, and I feel like that's kind of lonely because you relate to everybody, right? But you still feel kind of alone, and like nobody understands you, and lots of people might find you attractive, and this mystery part of you makes you attractive. But if you believe that we came from like different planets, different galaxies, if you believe in all that, definitely, if that resonates, you are definitely from a different planet, a different dimension. If you believe in like we are the aliens kind of thing, you definitely are, and you're like a star seed planted here, right? So definitely, if that resonates, that's 100% true, and you definitely have a higher calling in this life, and people can definitely feel that from you. I feel like you're here to be almost a humanitarian. I heard for some of you guys, you had past readings from tarot readers here on YouTube that talked about your humanitarianism, if that's even a word. So that might have like rang a bell with you. I feel like you are here to help other people who are struggling, because you're such a high vibrational soul that you can give out that good energy without it really like taking from you, because you've practiced self-love enough, and like preserving your energy that you can give to other people without it affecting you. And that's your main mission here on Earth. Sorry to get sidetracked. This is a reading about what makes you attractive, but it does make you attractive. Like, people can feel that healer energy. People can feel that humanitarian energy, and it's beautiful. Pile number 3. I love this reading for you. Even when I was picking your oracle cards and like picking out your little elephant and everything like that, I was feeling such a happy, like, positive vibe. So thank you for being here today, by the way. But anyways, let's clear off this energy right now. And let's get into your advice that I'm going to get for you, your self-love advice. I feel like pile number 3, you don't really need too much self-love advice, but you know, it couldn't help. It couldn't hurt. It couldn't help. It might. It couldn't hurt to get some self-care advice from the universe, from spirit, from God, whoever you believe in. So let's see. Advice for pile number 3. Self-care advice for pile number 3. I love this, actually. Got this in the last pile. This says, get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. Yes, I feel like you guys a little bit kind of are a hippie. You might even have identified yourself as that. I'm definitely getting those vibes from you, pile number 3, whether it's true or not. You might give off those vibes a little bit as well. But yeah, make sure to always stay grounded, of course. I feel like I'm talking to, like, you know, you already know what I'm saying, right? You already, I feel like, are up on top of your self-care practices. But it's just always good to get a reminder and a push to keep it at the forefront of our minds, right? So we have get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. So make sure to get more nature time out there, pile number 3. Because you might be lacking in, like, the vitamin D from the sun, even though the sun hasn't appeared for a couple days now, at least where I'm living. So maybe get one of those sunlight lamps or something. Wake yourself up with that. Make sure to drink a lot of water as well, as what I'm getting, maybe lemon water if you can. So first thing in the morning, pile number 3. I personally like to get some cinnamon chai black tea and put some oat milk in that and, you know, drink that in the morning, which is, I don't know, you could say sociopathic, but, you know, not really. But yeah, people kind of judge me for that, but don't knock it till you try it, right? So anyways, let's get some more advice for you, pile number 3. We're not here to read my journal. We're here to help you, so... Can I get self-care advice for my pile number 3s? Okay, I guess we're getting 2 cards as well coming out. We have practice feng shui, create a sacred space. So you might need to do some clearing out of energies in your house as well. I feel like it's more so just getting out, clearing out your energies a little bit more than you are. I feel like you are, again, if you are very humanitarian, if that resonates with you, you could be neglecting, like, yourself and versus, you know, taking care of everybody else. And yeah, you are very good at preserving your energy, but sometimes you just need to fully refill that inner cup, right? Pile number 3, I feel like you already know that, but it's just a good reminder anyways. And then, yeah, just another great reminder here, tune into your inner peace. Always make sure to do that as well. Good piece of advice. And let's get some last cards of advice for you, pile number 3. So let's see. Okay, and one more card, please. Messed up my little lineup right there. One more card of advice. Thank you. I love that. And look, we have success at the bottom of the deck. It says, bloom wherever you are planted. I guess you'll just have to trust me on that because my camera is not focusing. Anyways, I love these cards that came out. I already saw some of them, so I love this. Let's look at them now. So, make sure this is in focus. So, we got Serenity coming out. Value quiet days with only the rustling leaves breaking the silence. Yes, I feel like you do need to take a little bit of a break or just a little bit of a time out, even if it's just like an hour out of your busy day, pile number 3, because I do feel like you keep yourself busy, and with like maybe like doing things that do make you happy, give you little bits of joy, always prioritizing doing little things for yourself, like little hobbies. But I feel like Spirit kind of wants you to just practice doing nothing. Because, right, even though you guys are very high vibrational pile number 3, there's always more room to improve, right? That's how at least I see the world. Like, no matter how well versed I can get in a subject or an area of my life, there's always room to improve. So I feel like Spirit kind of wants you to practice doing nothing, like chilling it way out. And yeah, you might find some of the little crafts and things you do very meditative, but Spirit kind of wants you to just practice doing nothing and being more meditative, as in clearing your mind. And getting that inner peace from yourself specifically, versus like any little arts and crafts that you do that do bring you peace and bring you satisfaction, but might still be overworking your brain sometimes, right? So we got the Radiance card coming out. It says, keep your head held high and follow the sun. Beautiful. So just know your worth all the time and know you are beautiful. Let's see what else. People also find your self-care routine like very attractive. And then, if you do tarot or anything spiritual, people find that attractive as well. Just quickly throwing that out there if you didn't already know. And then we have listen coming out. Be alert. The soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. Yes. I feel like there's little synchronicities in your life, pile number 3, that pop up, kind of telling you to take a breather. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Spirit wants you to just listen to your inner self and, you know, spend some more time with yourself and stop maybe distracting yourself so much with your little hobbies. And yes, they do revive your energy and help you keep going. Even like the little things in life where you're like reading or anything like that. But Spirit wants you to take some time just by yourself, not doing anything except for being just with yourself, not even listening to music, nothing. Maybe take a walk in nature if you have to be up and doing something, right? But just spend some time with your own thoughts and where they go, all right? It'll help you learn a lot more about yourself than you already know, pile number 3. So I hope that resonated with you and I hope that helped you. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. Also, if this reading resonated, I have my Etsy shop linked below. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I'd definitely appreciate that as well. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you chose this cute, really cute little bunny squishy, then you're in the right place today. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you attractive, okay? So what other people find attractive about you, okay? As always, I have some pre-pulled oracle cards we're going to get into first, and then I'm going to pull the tarot for some more information. I'm going to try to get more attractiveness on your personality first, and then later on your physicality, but whatever comes out, I will tell you, I will let you know. Also, if you skip the intro in today's reading, this is a collab with 2 other YouTubers here on YouTube. We're doing videos about like self-care, kind of Valentine's Day themed things. So if you're interested in that and today's reading resonated, please go and check out their videos linked in the description box down below. It would mean a lot to me and to them, okay? So with that all out of the way, let's head into what makes you attractive, pile number 4. So, ooh, okay. Love to see it. We got the turtle spirit coming out, which is a water spirit. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces could be your sign. Doesn't have to be. Could it be an Aquarius as well is what I'm getting. So yeah, which is not a water sign. Okay. Some comments be all about like the mistakes I make by saying the wrong sign for the wrong element, and sometimes I mess up, so I'm sorry. I do know my signs. So yeah. Turtle spirit, love to see it. So that means you guys are very grounded, you're very productive, you're very smart, you could travel a lot as well. You could be ambidextrous. I don't know why I heard that, but you could be able to like use both your hands like doing stuff. I don't know why I'm getting like sexual stuff too. This is like the beginning of the reading. I'm so sorry, pile number 4. At this point in the video, like I start to get a little bit like you know, crazy, I guess, for being tapped in the spirit for so long. I don't know. I do, you know, sage and ground myself before each pile, so don't worry. These messages are definitely meant for you. You guys might need to ground yourselves a little bit, just a little side note. But yeah, what makes you attractive? You guys could have very nice facial features. I'm getting like strong jaws, potentially, only if it resonates. Maybe a nice nose. Like it could be like a little bit on the bigger side, but it looks really nice. It fits your face really well. And your face could be very symmetrical, and people find that attractive as well. People really like the fact that you are a stable force in your life, that you always seem to keep your promises, but you're also very busy. You're a hard worker. Something people find attractive. And if you guys travel a lot, people also find that attractive as well. They think you're very well versed and very knowledgeable on a lot of different cultures and religions and stuff like that. If you guys get your nails done, by the way, people find that attractive as well. We love to see it. I feel like you're kind of like a friend to all. Whoever you meet, you can at least like identify with them in some sort of way, right? I feel like you guys prefer to kind of travel alone, but you might have like a small friend group that really supports you and really compliments you and your personality, and people outside of that find that attractive as well. I feel like you have a nice, beautiful, calm, almost like an ancient soul energy that kind of makes people feel comfortable right off the bat, and people find that attractive as well. Okay, people might come to you for advice too. Pile number 4. Let's see what else. I also feel like you guys are kind of like weird, where like maybe strangers on the side of the street, like on the side of the road, or just like watching you like grab your groceries, I don't know, they might see you as like kind of not being normal, but they don't necessarily see the really weird side of you. But I feel like acquaintances and like people who actually get to talk to you, actually get to know you, they're like, wow, this person is weird, but in an amazing way, and it's very attractive. I feel like you have a lot of acquaintances that have like crushes on you. Pile number 4. I almost said pile number 3, so you might want to check that out. I feel like you guys are very creative as well. Okay, interesting. So we got the number 35 coming out. It says, never jam today. Promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. This is very interesting. I feel like you don't put up with this when it comes to people. It's like you have, that's it. You have high expectations of people, and sometimes people don't live up to it. So people might be a little bit pressed about it, but a lot of people find that attractive, that you hold people accountable to their word, is definitely what I'm getting from that card. So also, if you guys have bangs, they look beautiful. I love them. So yeah, or you guys might have bright blue eyes like this this little Alice right here, so people also find that attractive as well. But yeah, you might come off as a little bit unassuming, like you don't have boundaries, and then when people try to like mess with you or anything, I feel like people do try to mess with you and your energy because they feel how like sturdy your energy is, so people like to, you know, mess with that, right? And I feel like people don't realize how strong of boundaries you've accumulated over your life, I heard. So people are surprised at that, but they're also very attracted to that as well, okay? It makes you very attractive. Yes, I love this too. So we got the number 4 coming out with mirror. Treat your body like the palace it is. Okay, lovely. I feel like you kind of like love showing off your body. I feel like you aren't afraid to kind of show off your body. I feel like you weren't always like this, pile number 4, but like now you kind of are. You're kind of finally kind of, I don't know how many times I could say kind of. You guys are finally accepting your body, finally accepting your face and how you look, and you're really stepping into your truest self, and people can feel that from you, and they're like, wow, look at pile number 4, like being so confident, finally finding themselves, really living in the moment and being free, more free than I've seen them be, right? Especially people who've known you a long time. They're realizing that you're actually coming out of your like shell right here and being more adventurous. You guys might have been a little bit shy or a little bit reserved when you were younger. You don't have to be, but I feel like you're stepping more out of your shell than you have been recently, and that's attractive as well, okay? People like what you wear. You could wear like free-flowing things or like not necessarily unusual clothing items, but you wear clothes unusually, like say, or you just don't wear clothes for like the right situations for some of you guys, especially if you're a more masculine, like you might be wearing shorts in the winter, you know? Or you just kind of do things that people might find a little bit strange, a little bit odd, but it gives you charm, pile number 4. Like you're very charming, you're very charismatic in your own way just by being weirdly you, right? And people love to see that as well. So let's continue though. Let's see what else pops up. Ooh, I love this. So we got number 32 coming out with Door to Spirit. I love this card so much. Let me pull out the next one and then I'll get into it. So, okay. And we also got King. Love to see that as well. The light attribute says, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Okay, so some of you guys might be in charge of people to some degree, whether that just means you're a parent, or you could be a boss, you could literally be a king. Hello, hi. But like you could just radiate that king energy where you're taking back your power and it's attractive and you're kind of putting yourself out there in the sense of maybe you're asking people for more. I feel like pile number 4, when you were younger or growing up, or, you know, not that you were naive, but you kind of let people take advantage of you and tell you what to do, right? But now you're kind of stepping into the role of a king who tells people what to do, okay? But you do it in a kind, benevolent way, like because you are enlightened, you're becoming more enlightened. I feel like recently, or you're still going through the process of becoming more enlightened, kind of almost having a spiritual awakening, especially with this Door to Spirit coming out as well. You could be 32. Or 35 right here. So could be around the time that you are. Doesn't have to be. But with this Door to Spirit, I feel like Spirit's kind of opening doors for you right now. I feel like it's been a minute. I heard 5 years, 6 years for some of you guys where you felt stuck in your little turtle shell right here. You felt kind of trapped in your situation or just trapped in your own mind, or you felt like you weren't good enough or doing enough. But you are now seeing these doors being opened, and that's helping you open up and become more free and more self-reliant and full of more self-love. And in turn, that makes you more attractive because I feel like you're smiling more nowadays. You're getting out there more. Again, I feel like you're adventuring outside of your little sphere more than you're used to or what you normally have been. Also, again, you could have gotten a raise in a job because of your attractiveness. I feel like, again, you guys might have like rosy cheeks as well. Like you might get redness in the face and you might be embarrassed about that. For some of you guys, some of you guys might have skin conditions. And while you might have felt insecure about it in the past, I feel like you're warming up to them now. But people always found that attractive. Like, even if you were made fun of, you're the type of pile number 4 for even when you were growing up and people made fun of you, it was either because they were jealous and they low-key found those things attractive in you, or it was people who literally had a crush on you and found you attractive as well, which is not healthy coming from their side because bullying and making fun of people is just never okay, right? And they weren't coming from a good place, right? It was just more so out of jealousy or anger that they couldn't have you or they couldn't fully express their emotions. But I mean, I guess that's kind of usual when kids are growing up, but it might have really affected your self-confidence. But that's only because those people were jealous or they found that attractive. They found you attractive and they didn't know how to process those feelings, okay? Again, I feel like you guys are kind of the black sheep of your family as well, and some people actually find that attractive. Again, I feel like you're more focused on yourself right now. You might have a good group of friends. I feel like your friends really do compliment you if you do have a tight friend group or even a big friend group. I feel like you guys all compliment each other and in turn makes you more attractive. I feel like you have really good, interesting friends and that kind of makes you more interesting in turn, right? And gives you more experiences. I feel like you like traveling with your friends as well, if that again is something that you do. You might have a very open cuisine palette where you like lots of different unusual foods, especially from different countries, and you're open at least to try new stuff all the time. And that again is something that makes you very attractive. Also with Door to Spirit coming out, you're very in tune with spirit. I feel like you kind of take yourself where the wind goes. Maybe in the past you weren't so spontaneous or free flowing, but I feel like there has has been a spark or a change in you that has made you more adventurous again and brought you more out of your shell, like I've been saying. And I feel like this was all in divine timing if that's something you were kind of worried about. Like, this is almost like your moment to shine, pile number 4, and people can feel that. And again, that energy in itself drives people towards you. I feel like you're going to get more offers of love if that's something you want. If that's not something you want, you're just going to get more offers and more opportunities from spirit coming towards you, just as a side note. People do really love the way you carry yourself. I feel like people maybe underestimate you a little bit, pile number 4. And when they're surprised with how knowledgeable you are, how smart you are, how well-traveled you are, how open-minded you are, then people are like, wow, pile number 4 is attractive as hell. You could have like unique things. I'm definitely getting like something unique about your skin. Like, it doesn't have to be. You could have nothing necessarily you feel is unique about the way you look. I feel like you guys are kind of hard on yourselves in that kind of way. But I'm definitely getting people notice like your complexion or something on your skin or a facial feature that really stands out, and people find it amazing. Definitely makes you unique. You definitely are very, very unique and one of a kind. Not a lot of people like you. So let's clear off this energy though, and let's get into the tarot, get some more information. Okay, people definitely find your boundaries attractive, so keep up the good work. So for my pile number 4 is what makes them attractive, please. Okay, lovely. We have the 3 of Pentacles coming out. So, 3 of Pentacles here talks about working together with people, talks about being a hard worker as well, and being good with money. So, all of those qualities exist in you, pile number 4. People like that. People also like that you can work well with others. I feel like you're very agreeable, but you might have been agreeable in a bad way when you were younger and kind of let people step over you. But now you're really balanced to where you can be agreeable and open to new possibilities and opportunities to work with people, but also still holding your own, right? So we love to see that. Let's see what else comes out. What makes pile number 4 attractive? Ooh, love this. I love this energy, actually. These 2 cards, I think, came up in pile number 2. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, definitely check that out. But yeah, you got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Candles, or Ace of Wands. Elixirs, candles. But yeah, so you love starting new things. I feel like you start new waves. You're very influential without even realizing it. I feel like a lot of people, again, look up to you to start new trends or to just do things your own way. It's almost like people might have even stolen creative ideas from you in the past, pile number 3. I said pile number 3, so I love that, actually. But no, pile number 4. People love that you are such a wild card, I heard as well. You are always coming up with the next brand new idea because of, like, you might not even travel yourself, but you might watch travel videos or really explore different cultures and things. So you are very well versed in a lot of different cultures, again, and aspects. So you do bring that out in your creative endeavors, your creative ideas. You're that type of person who in the workplace now that you've found your voice and your boundaries, you might stand up for, first of all, the minorities at your job. Even if you are a minority, like, you will stand up for the people who are less than, the people who don't have their voices heard, because that was you in the past. I feel like for the majority of you guys, you didn't feel heard, and now you're making sure everybody feels heard and feels included. But also with these cultural things in the back of your mind, you can also bring together lots of different brand new ideas for, like, the workplace. You're that person at work, right, who brings in the idea of, like, maybe celebrating a different holiday from a different culture to appreciate that culture, right? And people love your ideas. People love your originality. It makes you very attractive. And yeah, just your vulnerability and the fact that you always stand up for the minorities and always stand up for the people less than. That is one of the most attractive things about you, pile number 4, I heard, which we love to see. Again, if you do anything that's artistic, definitely stands out and definitely makes you more attractive as well. You could be that person who like listens to a lot of music, and people might not assume just by how you look that you listen to like that certain genre or that certain artist, but when you tell people that, people are surprised and they're like, wow, we have such a similar interest. Or, you know, I feel like you're very well versed in a lot of things. Pile number 4. Let's see what else comes up though. I feel like you have a lot of sexual offers as well, and love offers coming towards you. At least if you haven't yet, like they're coming. Pile number 4, even if you want it or not. So let's see. Pile number 4. What makes them attractive? Okay, I almost thought this was the Ace of Swords coming up, and I was about to like, I don't know, be shocked. But yeah, we have the Justice card coming up. I actually love this as well. Yeah, you guys are very fair. You're very balanced. You guys show everybody love and respect specifically, and people find that attractive. You're very balanced in your mind. You're very open-minded, but you also look at all different sides of a certain situation, and you can take in everybody's viewpoints, right? You can see both sides to a situation, and you might be a very good mediator. Like some of you guys might actually be lawyers or work in like getting justice for less fortunate people, and that is attractive. That you stick up for the little guy, right? Who used to be you, and now you're kind of putting, like, at least giving advice to people, or you're doing something good in this world, or at least that is your destiny. Pile number 4 is to bring more cohesion to this planet and more love and more balance, right? So that energy is just already in you, and I feel like you're starting to really embody that, and people can feel that and they admire that. Let's see with this 3 of Pentacles. I heard you're doing the Lord's work. We also have the 3 of Pentacles clarified by the 3 of Wands coming out. Very interesting. Or sorry, the 3 of Swords, not 3 of Wands. So yeah, very interesting. I feel like you're turning painful situations that you had in the past in making them work for you. Like we've been talking this whole time about pile number 4 is like you were hurt in a certain way. So now you're making sure other people aren't hurt in that same way, and you're making sure you're not hurt in that same way. Your boundaries are, again, one of the most attractive things about you. Also the fact that you really work through your problems. You're not one to just go through something difficult or traumatic and then just not work it through. Like you're always trying to work through your negative traits and trying to better yourself, basically, but also better yourself in the way of really understanding your traumas and forgiving people for hurting you, just so for your own sake, so you can become a better person. You're very, very forgiving. And people find that attractive because there's not a lot of people who can actually take a good hard look in the mirror and really see themselves for who they are, you know? And in turn, that makes you like a unicorn. I heard people might literally call you like a unicorn, like just because of the fact that not a lot of people want to do that inside work. Not a lot of people want to look at their demons in the face, right, and really work on them, or you know, or even their insecurities. But I feel like you've worked through a lot of them, and that's very admirable. Like I'm like really proud of you, pile number 4 as well. I love to see it. Clarify this. You could be a Libra as well. It's coming through. Maybe a Sagittarius. Clarify this Ace of Elixirs. So we got the 8 of Pentacles. Love to see that as well. Yeah, you guys are a hard worker. You might make people work for your love. Like you might test people. So people have to work to really get into your heart, whether that is keeping their promises or, you know, just showing how great of a person they are, right? Which is understandable. I feel like people do find that also very attractive about you, that you have high standards and high boundaries, okay? Especially when it comes to love. You won't let anybody step over you anymore. Clarify this Ace of Candles. Okay, we got the Oracle, which is the Hierophant in this deck. So, yeah. you take a new spin, which actually is interesting. I'm getting these cards kind of represent like different message. Like if you take them at face value, what they're supposed to mean, I'm getting a different message. Is basically what I'm trying to say from it. It's like you take negative situations, or you take like society's expectations and you like flip them on your head. Like you take the creativeness, or like I feel like you guys joke about bad things, like not bad things, but you guys joke about like negative things, or you guys can be more open-minded when it comes to like the dark like traumatic things that people go through, right? Like you're the type of person, I guess I'm trying to say, I'm doing a horrible job at explaining this. You're the type of person who will laugh at the bad things that happen to you and see it more lighthearted, and then flip it around and make it into art, or make it into a joke, make it into a way to push you forward, okay? So anything that society really hurt you with in the past, you use that as fuel to fuel this flame and push your life forward in a meaningful way and make your pain meaningful. Where some people, right, will just make their pain or their trauma from their past and just kind of wallow in it with self-pity. You guys aren't like that. You take your pain and actually make it worthwhile. Actually learn the lessons and move it forward, okay? Especially through art. And stuff like that. I love this energy, actually. Pile number 4, I love your pile. It's so beautiful. Clarify this Justice card. I love this card in this deck. We have the Fortuna card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, I feel like you're the type of people who make your own luck, where people might look out from the outside looking in and they're like, oh, pile number 4 just gets the best of luck all the time. Like, what are they doing? And yeah, it does have to do with manifestation and stuff. I feel like you guys are dabbling in that. But it's like you turned your life like 180, like all the way around. And people are like, well, she just got lucky, or he just got lucky. They just, somehow magically woke up and like they were lucky, right? But no, I feel like you guys, for one, are getting karma for all the bad things that happened to you in the past, which is one thing, right? That does add to that luck. But also, I feel like you guys changed your luck by changing your perspective. I feel like I'm diving deep into this reading. This is just supposed to be what's attractive about you, but I'm going all in, so here we are. Sorry, pile number 4. But I do feel like this message does want to come out because I'm like basically hyping you up, right? That's what this reading is about. So here I am. Like, you guys definitely changed your luck, and people, whether they completely understand that or not, they definitely, I'm using the word admire in your reading a lot because people do. People really admire how you turned your life around. For some of you guys, you could have been addicted to certain things, could have been the alcohol or other things, and you really worked on that, faced your demons, and turned it all around. And people think you're so strong for that, makes you attractive. And I feel like you are in a healthier, better place, especially mentally. And people really, even strangers, can feel that shift in you and are like a little bit surprised when I finally get to really know you, that you are so strong and that they actually start to understand you. And that makes you, the more people get to really get to know you, the more attractive you become. It's like you are initially attractive, especially just how you look. But when people start to get to know you, like people almost always find you just more and more attractive. Like I feel like it's rare for people to not like find you attractive, pile number 4, once they start to get to know you. But anyways, let's clear this energy off now. And whoa, I dropped all my cards. And let's get some self-care advice out for you. What you could be doing. I'm gonna grab that card. What you could be doing from Spirit's perspective to help you with your self-care routine, and to focus more on that self-love. So can I get some self-care advice for my pile number 4s? And I just broke my little flower. Oh, okay. Well, put that to the side right now. So I love this. So yeah, since I feel like you guys kind of struggled with self-esteem a little bit, I love that this came out because it says, you are perfectly beautiful, pile number 4. Don't forget it. Whatever way you look, You are beautiful, no matter what weight you are, no matter what skin you have, no matter what your hair looks like. You are beautiful, and I feel like spirit just wants to confirm that. And maybe I didn't say it enough in this reading, but I do feel like you are physically attractive, especially the energy you give off, the strong vibes that you give off now. Very attractive. Let's see what else. Self-care advice for my pile number 4s. And yeah, I feel like you guys are working on this in your life, and I love that it came out as well. So we have turn criticism into kindness. Yeah, I feel like this is also like turn self-criticism into kindness as well. Speak very kindly to yourself, first and foremost, pile number 4. But yeah, make sure you're always turning criticism into kindness. And I feel like that's a lesson that you're learning right now, is kind of turning your life over and turning your pain into something beautiful. And I feel like I've been talking about that a lot in your reading, but I feel like it's because you're recently going through that. I feel like a lot of people can also feel that as well. And that you are gaining more boundaries and more self-love, and just learn to do it mostly to yourself as well. Speak the most positive, beautiful things to yourself, pile number 4, and which will attract more positivity, right? Let's see what else comes out for my pile number 4s. Can I get some cards of advice for self-love for my pile number 4s? And more. Love that. We also have courage come out at the bottom of the deck. This says, if it would focus, says, when picking roses, don't fear the thorns. Love that. Do what you want, pile number 4. Go after your dreams. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got rest coming out. It says, slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. Always a good reminder. I feel like, again, with this rest card and what it says, I feel like you guys are your own biggest critics. And we need to take some rest, some time out to really learn to love and appreciate yourselves. Maybe like get a chalkboard or a dry erase board on your door every day that you go out, and make sure you write those affirmations. Make sure you're journaling and writing those affirmations, those self-love affirmations. Stand in the mirror, give yourself a pep talk, tell yourself you're beautiful no matter what your body looks like. You are beautiful in your eyes, and that's all that matters, right? And I feel like you are beautiful in a lot of other people's eyes as well. Not that that matters, but you know, I'm just saying. We also don't overwork yourselves, please. Also, generosity comes out. Sow seeds of kindness to yourself. I love how it comes out like turn criticism into kindness, and then sow seeds of kindness. Like, and with it coming out with you are perfectly beautiful, I feel like you guys are really negative on yourselves, or at least you have been in the past, because of maybe how different you felt from other people. But that's what makes you the most... Sorry, pile number 4, my camera cut out for mysterious reasons. But yeah, so that's what makes you the most beautiful unicorn, right? Pile number 4 is just how different you really are. And lastly, we got listen coming out. So this says, be alert, the soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. If you could read that with me, that would have been lovely. There we go, yeah. So be alert, the soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. So also listen for new opportunities coming your way, and know that you have the power. Also listen to synchronicities, listen to your inner self and what they are really trying to say to you. Also your spirit guides as well. So just keep that in mind. Also, you'll definitely get some creative downloads soon, I'm hearing. So love to see that. So anyways, if that resonated with you, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I definitely appreciate it. I'd also appreciate if this reading resonated. If you want a personal reading, I do have my Etsy shop linked down below. So if you want that, that's there. So anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and great rest of your life, pile number 4. See you next time. Bye.